Hi Olinda. So in the previous classes, we were talking about the activities which are available in UiPath Studio, which helps us to find the controls, right? Or generally UI element, right? Okay. With respect to that, we already have covered about anchor base activity, element exist activity, element scope activity, find children activity, find element activity, find relative element activity. I mean, we already have covered all these activities, right, by taking a practical example, right? So in today's class objective is we shall see other interesting activities which helps us to find the desired UI element. One is get ancestor and the one is indicate on screen, right? So first we shall discuss about these two interesting activities. After that we shall learn one more interesting concept called the techniques which are available for waiting for a specific UI element. Okay, I will come back to that. Okay, before that we shall see an activity called get ancestor, right? So we shall first understand what is the object, I mean what is the purpose of this activity, and then we shall move on to the other interesting activity and so on, right? So as the name itself says, this control, I mean get ancestor control or activity helps us to retrieve the ancestor of the specified UI element. Okay, this is according to the author definition. So make it simple. So whenever you need to find out the parent of a specific UI element, then you can go ahead with an activity or a control called get ancestor, right? So if you so usually the general practice is you need a variable of type UI element. Okay, I will demonstrate. I will once again I will stress upon this when I take a practical demonstration UI element, so that you can store the reference, or I can say so that you can use that variable to access ancestor element. Okay, I will tell you what is the meaning of this when I go to the practical demonstration. Okay, right? And where you can specify that variable name in the ancestor property, it seems. Once again I will talk about this when I go to the practical demonstration. So right, ancestor property of this particular control, right? So once you receive that ancestor element and store it in a variable, then you can retrieve its attributes, properties and so on, it seems. Usually then it can be used for further analysis, right? Okay, now we shall take a practical demonstration or an example for understanding get ancestor. So this is what the author was telling theoretically. This is the property of get ancestor control where you will specify the variable name, right? So it means the reference of the reference. See, if you, this is the option that you can use to select the target UI element, and if you want to fetch the parent of this target element, you have to use get ancestor control, and the parent reference will be stored in this variable which has been specified in the ancestor property of get control. This is what they are telling. I will come back to this. So we shall go to the tool. We shall go to the tool to understand that. Okay, I have already created an empty process or a project in order to save the time, and there is an empty sequence here. Okay, and which activity that we have to use is get ancestor, right? Okay, recently I have used this activity, that's why I'm getting here. Otherwise you will get otherwise you can find get ancestor under find, which comes under element, right? Okay, get ancestor. Okay, drop it here, and here you need to specify the target UI element. This is what I was telling theoretically. Okay, to do that I will go to the page which we took previously in the for a previous example. I mean to understand, to retrieve the children's. Have you remembered that? Okay, the same page I am taking here. You can use okay, if you need I will send this URL, or you can use a different page itself in order to demonstrate the find children or get ancestor like this. Now what I will our aim is, let us assume that we need to find out the parent of this particular UI target UI element, right? So I will go to the I will go again back to the tool. Okay, I will choose that indicate on screen option in order to specify the target element, and I can choose any options over here. Okay, I will choose okay, any third one or second one, it does not matter. Okay, see, now I have used get ancestor in order to retrieve the parent of this target element. Okay, parent is this. Okay, we shall see what I will get. Okay, again I will go back to the tool, and what I said, we need a variable, right? So where a variable already has been created here in order to save the time. If you need, once again I will demonstrate it again from the beginning. Okay, now we need to create a variable. I will give a variable name as element. Okay, variable type is important here. Variable type should be UI element. UI element here, can you see? UI element which comes under core package, which comes under UI path package. By default or initially will not find this option, so for that you have to go for browse for types, and here you just in the filter you type UI element. Okay, and choose this which comes under core package. Clear? Okay, I am getting this because I already have done once, that's why I am getting the option directly here. Clear? Okay, choose the type of that variable as UI element. This is important, and this is what the author was telling, that reference of the parent of this child, I mean of this target UI element, has to be stored in a variable of type UI element. Clear? And then you can use this variable for further usage or for further analysis. So I will just in order to show that one usage, I will use message box. Okay, message box. Then I will try to get friendly name. Okay, just I want to fetch the friendly name or readable name of that parent element. Clear? Okay, we shall run a robot. Now robot is running. Its job is to see here to fetch the friendly name of the parent element called select. Okay, that is correct, right? This is a multiple selection box. If you want to go in depth, I will show you how actually it has chosen the name of this parent element as select. I will demonstrate you, or I will explain you in depth in the coming classes. Clear? Okay, so with this we shall continue with the another interesting activity called indicate on screen. I hope you have seen this in the previous examples or previous classes, right? Okay, but that is different from this. I will tell you what is that difference. Okay, see, this is different. I mean, just now we used once again in order to demonstrate that. See here, can you see here? See, this indicate on screen is different from there is another interesting activity called indicate on screen. This one. See, this is what we are talking about, but not this. Okay, I will tell you what is the difference between this and this. It is very simple. Okay, the job of this indicate on screen is used to specify the target element before executing the workflow, right? Before executing the workflow, whereas this activity allows us to specify or choose the target element while executing the automation. Clear? Okay, I will show a simple demonstration. Okay, see here, let me delete this. Okay, I will go with this. See here, I am not executing the workflow. Without executing the workflow, I can able to choose the target element, right? After that I can I am executing that. Now I am executing, right? Okay, see here, this is what I said, the indicate on screen. Okay, okay, this just I'm going back by pressing undo option. Clear? Okay, don't get confused, just I went back by using undo option. See, this option or this indicate on screen allows us to choose the target element before executing the workflow, right? Okay, now I will go to the current activity called indicate on screen. Now see here, I can't able to select the target element here, but see here, I am executing. Now I am executing. Why? See here, can you see here? While executing or during execution, I can specify the target element. So that is the main difference between the previous one and this one. Now clear? This is what the author is telling here. Okay, see here, this control is used to indicate and select the UI element or region of interest at runtime. This is what I said. During execution, if you are required to specify the target element, then you have to go with this activity. Suppose if your requirement is before execution, if you want to specify the target element, then obviously you can go ahead with this option. This is what the author is telling. Clear with this? Clear? Okay, if I want to demonstrate one simple, I will take a notepad for a simple demonstration. Okay, I hope from the previous discussion you understood what actually that indicate on screen control will do. Once again, if you have not understood, just once again I will demonstrate with a simple example. Okay, I will indicate. Let us assume that my aim is to indicate this. Okay, this box, this application called notepad. Okay, notepad. Then after that I want to just display the friendly name of that. Clear? Okay, now I will make use of the same old variable called element, which is of type UI element. Now indicate on screen here what element that I will specify during execution. That reference should be stored in a variable called element. Then what message box has to do? Message box has to fetch the friendly name, or it has to display the friendly name of that element which I will specify during execution. Clear? Okay, now I'm executing the robot. Okay, now control V came. Now I will press F2 in order to minimize this. Now again, timer expires. Now again it has been resumed. Okay, now I'll choose this as a target element. Can you see here? The friendly name of this application is notepad.exe. Clear? Okay, this is one simple demonstration to just to better understand about an activity called indicate on screen. Clear? Okay, with that we shall go ahead with another interesting concept called techniques for waiting for a control. As the name itself says, these techniques are used in order to wait for a particular UI element. Which are those? Okay, wait until element vanishes, wait until image vanishes, and wait for attribute. Okay, clear? Okay, we shall go one by one with respect to this. I can say techniques. So remember, once again I will repeat, now we are learning the techniques so which are used to wait for a particular UI element or generally for a specific control. Which are those? Wait, element vanish, wait, image vanish, wait, attribute. Now we shall go to the first one, wait, element vanish. See, as the name itself says, this activity is used to wait for a certain UI element to disappear from the screen. So as the name itself says, what is the job of this? Suppose if your requirement is to wait for the application to disappear or to close. Okay, and after closing that application you have to do some action. So in those scenario you can go ahead with an activity called wait element vanish. So directly we'll go to the tool to save the time to demonstrate the usage of wait element vanish. Okay, now in order for demonstration I will just I want to display closed on the message box, right? And here which activity that we have to use here, wait element vanish, right? Clear? Okay, again I will go to this notepad application. Let us assume this is the target element and I have to wait until the user closes this target application, right? Okay, now I will indicate the target element. This is the target element. I have specified the target element. Okay, once I close the target element, then I should get a message called closed in the dialog box. Clear? Okay, let us see. Now I am executing the robot. Now what actually robot is doing? It is waiting for the specified target element, in this case notepad application, to close or to disappear. So once it disappears, then it should display closed in the dialog box. So it is not displaying, right? So it is waiting. Now I will close. Now I will disappear. I will close the notepad application. See here, as soon as that application disappears, then it is moving ahead or taking a next step. Which is the next step? Displaying closed in the dialog box. Clear? Okay, this is what I said. If the requirement is if you want to wait for some target element to disappear to close, and then you need to take some action, then you can go ahead with wait element vanish. Similarly here, this is very similar to wait element vanish. In the previous case, the robot will wait for a specific target UI element, but in this case it will wait for a specific target image. Okay, okay, then how that's the difference. Okay, once again, if I want to demonstrate here, just I will take the same page. We shall take this image. Okay, we shall take this image as a target element. Okay, now I will close this. So close in the sense means I will delete this. Then I have to wait for an image. So wait image until the image vanishes, right? Now I will specify that on the screen. See here, there is a mouse pointer. Can you see here? Now I will choose this as a target image element, right? Once again, same. Once until that image disappears, I should not get the closed in the dialog box. Message called closed in the dialog box. Clear? Now I am executing the robot. Now a robot is executing. Now it is not displaying the message called closed because that element has not been disappeared. Now I will close this. As a result, that target image element will be disappeared. Then I will get a close message in the dialog box. Clear? So this is the usage of wait element vanish, right? Okay. In the coming class, we shall see about wait attribute. Once again, an interesting technique which will do a better, a still deeper job compared to wait element vanish or wait image vanish, right? Okay, so the conclusion of this class is just we learned the activities called Get Ancestor. Okay, as the name itself says, this activity is used to get the parent of the target UI element, and then once you get the reference for the parent element, then you can use that for further analysis, right? And then we learned about indicate on screen activity. See, don't get confused with this activity with the option that you will get in the other activities like type into or get ancestor. So this option is used to specify the target element before the execution, whereas this activity is used to specify the target UI element. So during the execution, clear? During the execution, and then we started learning on the techniques which are available in UiPath Studio to wait for a specific control, and we successfully covered two techniques. One is wait element vanish and wait image vanish. In the next class we shall talk about wait attribute. So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can contact me either through WhatsApp or through a mail. I hope you understood today's class concepts, and we shall continue in the coming classes. So thank you one and all.